It's the 2nd of April. I'm waiting at the McDonald's again. Today, tomorrow is the day that a few things are going to change. I've discovered that when you're homeless, actually nobody offers you any practical advice. People have no idea what it's like. People have no idea what your needs are. They basically are, I don't know, blinded by the one thing that matters least, perhaps. I don't know. Depends on how you look at it. But me, having looked into van life for so long, I'm aware of certain solutions that perhaps should have occurred to me before, but then again it's been really cold, so I was forced, quote unquote, to stay in hostels for a while, and hostels cost a lot of money, so I don't think I could have done it any differently. Oh, good morning. That's you. I don't think I could have done it any differently, because it was just too cold to stay in the streets. But now that it's, well, at least during the day, it's going up to 20 degrees in the morning, but still freezing overnight. That's the guy who questioned me so very thoroughly some weeks ago. He usually hangs out at the McDonald's. He told me he lives above the McDonald's. I guess he does. This morning his routine is different. I don't know why. Anyway, his attitude changed too at some point. I'm drifting. The first need in the morning is often needing to use the bathroom. At first, I wouldn't drink. I would make sure I wasn't drinking a lot of water, so that I wouldn't have to go to the bathroom. But then, of course, that too has disadvantages. And getting somewhere where it's warm. Those are the two needs in the morning. And then after that, there's, well, it goes with being somewhere where it's warm, having a coffee and having breakfast. And those are places that are very hard to find. The only place that I'm aware of here locally is a McDonald's that's supposed to open at 7 and usually doesn't. It rarely does. Very often it only opens at 8, but sometimes it does open at around 7. So I've been coming up with thinking about different solutions. From van life, I know that a lot of people take their showers at gym clubs. So a gym membership, that is a great solution for some of these things, because they enable you to use a bathroom and they enable you to take a shower. And other than that, there are hostels, but a gym membership for months costs about as much as a night at a hostel, so there's that. And there's some other things that I'm contemplating. Yeah, keeping your stuff is a problem too. You have no place to keep your stuff. I'm so fed up with dragging my suitcases around. Ugh. Particularly first thing in the morning is very bad. Yeah, the first 2 hours in the morning are usually very bad because you're freezing cold. You're trying to stay away, not be noticed. Stay away from people, I was going to say, but not be noticed by people. Just fit in, you have to fit in. I fit in. Why do I fit in? Well, don't laugh. I think one of the factors is that I'm wearing a light-colored coat. Because people expect you to wear a dark coat that can get really soiled. I think that's somehow playing a role, that I'm wearing a off-white coat. That isn't covered in spots or whatever. Plus, yeah, I'm just me. Nothing about me has changed. I'm exactly the same person, of course, no matter what my circumstances are. Well, not literally exactly the same, you know what I mean. But we live in a world in which money determines your value. I read that the United Nations Inspector for Rapporteur for Extreme Poverty has discovered that people who are poor suffer 3 times more discrimination than any other group. And actually that's true, because I've learned that even now that I'm in what's supposed to be my home country and have all these qualifications and whatnot, I'm still dirt. In England, I often felt like a rotted banana peel because I was a migrant and because I was a woman and because of my age, but mostly because I was a migrant. And here it's because I have no money. You completely lose your humanity just because you have no money. That's weird. That's really weird. What I'm learning from all of this, these experiences, it's fascinating actually. It's also a bit saddening, but it's fascinating. It tells you a lot about how people think, I guess. And if I can understand that, then maybe I can also help change it. Yeah. I've learned over the years that particularly birds have more empathy sometimes than humans. Isn't that strange? They understand the need in other creatures of food, for example. They understand that other creatures need food. Other species. Humans too. Mice. Anything. Oh, I saw a rat this morning, by the way. There was a guy rummaging around for I think metal. I heard a lot of, no, not a lot, I heard some noises. I wonder what it was. And I saw an animal scurry away. That's the first one so far. I'm not worried about rats. They're just like mice and pigeons and all the other creatures. And ourselves, just trying to make a living. Just trying to stay alive. Yeah, people, there's no other purpose to life than trying to stay alive so that you can die in peace. Isn't that funny? But in the meantime, if you can't do anything good, at least do no harm. That's basically what life is about. Try to do good. If you can't, try to do no harm. I am happy because yesterday, as I was thinking, literally, I need to find me some food. Literally. I spotted food sitting on a bench. Fries and half I don't know what it was, a tortilla probably, something like that. And then next I thought, I need to find me some money. And what I found was not money, but one of those slim energy drinks cans. The regular cans don't fit into my side pocket, but the slim ones do. That's 15p, cents. Yeah, I'm still in England in my mind, very often. And with the croissants being on sale at Lidl until tomorrow for 19 cents, with the 6 cents in my bank account, that's going to be one croissant. It's going to be my breakfast. So I'm not complaining. I actually really like these things. And that's the thing about rich people. They don't enjoy their money. When you have very little money, you actually can enjoy the smallest things. Yeah. I think that's the only way, perhaps, to approach life. McDonald's still hasn't open, I think. Standing around the corner of the street in which the McDonald's is located. It's pretty windy, so I'll try to stand around the corner. Shelter myself a little bit. The sun is out at, I don't know, between 12 and 2. I expect the next donation to come into my bank account. It may not arrive yet. We'll see. Yeah, it's a bit of a pain always having to wait and see when this money arrives. I remember the first GoFundMe, I panicked because it was the 1st of April and it says that you can choose to have your donations sent daily or weekly. And that's not how it works in practice. So I was convinced at the time that there was hacker interference. I don't think there was now in retrospect. It's just very haphazardly. You have this option of monthly or weekly, daily or weekly payments, except it doesn't do that. It doesn't actually do that. It just does it when it suits it. GoFundMe. Yeah, sometimes it lumps them, sometimes it doesn't. It's very strange. Sometimes they come on the same day, sometimes they come 2 to 3 days later. Anyway, I hope that this money, this latest donation, comes in today so that I can do some things. So I need to do something, I need to purchase something. Because where I've been spending the night has been something really nice lately, but that's going to disappear today. Maybe tomorrow, but I think today. So I need to find a replacement for that because it makes quite a difference. Yeah, there's this guy I've seen many times before. Apparently they still haven't opened. The McDonald's, that is. It's supposed to open at 7, usually open at 8, or very often open at 8. Okay, that's enough waffling. Yeah, people, I don't have a lot of stuff to do I? There's absolutely nothing you can do in my circumstances. You just get through the day. You focus on finding food, you focus on finding shelter. There's no point, I was going to say, in doing anything else, but there isn't anything else. Sometimes people yell, get a job! Yeah, what do you say? Maybe there on some days, and you can find me under the second bridge in the 3rd Street or something like that. Newspapers, yes. Good morning. Oh, he's got his iPods. iPods? No, not iPods. What are they called? iPods? Yeah, iPods. In. Yeah, I'm seeing a way, starting to see a way forward, but I need, but I started to go from me. I really do need that. And yes, I'm documenting more now. I'm looking at this, I don't know what it is, electricity? Building? I don't know. It has this banana decoration. It's actually quite nice. I'm going to video that in a minute. Yeah, it's some kind of electricity, whatever, utility, whatever. Has to be electricity. But anyway, I'm going to document a little bit more. I didn't want to do that at first because of some really strange experiences I'd had outside of Amsterdam. And that's been influencing me a little bit too much. I wasn't aware of that until recently. There's a lot of vengeful, nasty people around. Actually, most people are really kind and nice. But 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 really nasty, vengeful people can really ruin it. They can make your life a living hell. They can really impact your life. And I've run into a few of those in a small municipality north of Amsterdam. There are people like that anywhere, everywhere. You have to be careful not to let them color your view of life. Okay.